I remember just having a rough time just getting out of bed, feel very stiff. I kind of want to lay back down again. Getting up to stretch was like really hard to do. Lowest weight was 168. I have to get a completely new wardrobe, the last hole in the belt, and now I'm 3 belt sizes down. And like comfortably too. Bumped into my ex actually twice throughout this program, and she was like, "Oh, totally worth the money." There are so many values and mindsets that you can take away for the rest of your life.
State your name, where you live, and what you do for work.
Okay. My name's Aaron. Last name Sue. I work as a chef for my day to day, and I'm currently located in Washington, DC.
Awesome, brother. So describe to the viewers in 2 to 3 statements what your situation was like before, how much you weighed, what your lifestyle was, how you
Mm.
felt about yourself.
Yeah. I was what was I? Okay, well, when I signed up for this program, I was 185. Um, and then I was working a lot, also going out a lot. The reason why I was looking at this program was because I had an injury a few months before I started, and that made me realize I needed to take care of my body. But I really didn't know how. Of course, like I saw a lot of videos and stuff online about what to do, but just for some reason just couldn't get into the habits, and overall just didn't feel great with what was going on.
Yeah. So back then, I think just how did you end up getting to that weight? How did it end up
Mhm.
going to be at your quote unquote heaviest weight?
Right. Uh I don't know, just years of it just kind of happened. That's really it. Um it's just years of just I mean not like I ate out a lot and low key still do. But like there was just no effort into really being conscious of what I was consuming, whether I was going out or even my day to day. Yeah, I think work as a chef, your schedule is just kind of weird in general. So it was kind of like whatever's available is available. Yeah. Since I live in the city, I also live near a lot of fast food places. Yeah. Kind of it just happened. That's really it.
Yes, gotcha. Well,
Mhm.
how did that make you feel being, 185 pounds and being the heaviest that you were?
Hmm. It wasn't great. Let's see. Well, let's see. I used to do boxing, so like back when I was like much younger, I think like 15 years ago by now, almost 15 years ago. My competitive weight was around 165. So 20 pounds above that. I was kind of like, I don't do boxing anymore, but it's kind of whatever. Um of course, I did still exercise a little bit. I did hip hop dancing on the side, but even that I was only doing like maybe once a week, or maybe twice a week. So it wasn't uh like all considering it wasn't that much. I needed something more. Um but yeah. Wait, sorry, what was the original question? How did I feel about being 185? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like it was okay. It was okay. I think when I started this program, I think you guys mentioned like, oh yeah, we can drop down 20 pounds, 15, 20 pounds, no problem. I was like, are you sure? I actually thought like you guys were low key kind of just making it up or just, saying something to get the client excited or whatever. Truth be told, but we actually kind of got there. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah. I The whole point is it's if you after working with Brett and I at this point, it's like
And then,
you know that we're way more quantitative
yes.
based on everything that we do. There's basically no second guessing. It's just here are the numbers. Here's how we interpret it. Here's how what works
Hmm.
with our history, and also what worked best psychologically.
Yeah.
But I think back then, was there anything that you were unable to do that you wish you could?
Oh, I mean, no physical. I mean, like, I'd love to get better at like, I don't know, pull-ups or whatever, right? But I would say, I think it was very like now compared to before, it's very like feeling based. Like I feel a lot lighter on my day to day. when I go dance when I go to hip hop dance classes, I feel already a lot lighter, and more nimble. So like that just feels nice. Or maybe for example, like I used to love wearing I was more comfortable wearing baggier clothes because it would just hide my overall body shape. But now like yeah, I look forward to when it's like time to dress nicely and I get more skin fitting clothing as well. So, um yeah, I wouldn't say there was any physical I didn't when I started there wasn't any physical quantitative goals, but it was more so just like I wanted to feel different. I think we got there.
Yeah. And back then, right? Were there
Mhm.
any negative impacts on yourself or anybody around you that you felt?
Negative impacts. I mean, like when I got injured, I think that was it was a back injury, but like it was one of those like day to day of not having good postures and everything. So there wasn't any big event that caused me to have a lower back injury. It was just years of weekend. So when I worked my PTs, they were telling me that like this is just years of like one bad posture and two not doing a lot of stretching. A lot of my hip joints were very tight, so I overcompensated with other parts of my body, and a lot of it was just like weakened hips and hamstrings along there. So yeah, so I think like but I guess like it was taking this program was really nice. So the negative impact is I mean, it's not like I was doing anything to myself, but it was just like not just being I think just not being conscious of the stuff was the negative thing. And then eventually over years, my body just had a breaking point. Yeah, so starting this program was really important to try to make sure that didn't happen again.
Mhm.
And I'll be honest, when I first I think Brett might remember this, but when I was first working out with this program, I was really not I was very concerned about doing any leg exercise because I was like, oh, I don't or any back exercise because I was like, oh, I don't want to get injured again. But deep down, I knew in order, like my PTs were telling me that if I wanted to get better, I had to strengthen those areas, right? But like, but I was concerned I would get injured again. So it's like it was a back and forth.
Yeah, and that's totally normal,
Hmm.
especially after injury. I mean, I think when we first met, I had actually, I think last year, was it last year? So almost last year. So I would say 18 months ago, actually, my L4, L5, I herniated my discs.
Mm.
It was not because I did it wrong either. You're like, wait a
Hmm.
second. It was just because I woke up early in the morning, I went to lift, and then even if it did it right, my body wasn't ready.
Hmm.
So I understand, 100% understand that concern, right? Just being like, hey, if I don't know what I'm doing, generally speaking, try and do leg exercises. But as we talk about later, it's like, yeah, now that the whole point is that it is a skill, and we learn the skill, so you're able to confidently do it and don't understand what it's supposed to feel like, anyways. So you're able to pick up things. Imagine like your whole life you can't pick up anything off the floor. That's over
Yeah.
like 80 pounds. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
not plausible. What happens if you move, right?
Yeah.
Like you're done for.
Hmm.
So, well, I'm glad you're there. But here, how did you end up finding me, Generation Fit, or the company itself?
Through Instagram. I don't know if it was an ad, but I don't know if you guys run Instagram ads, but I just found it randomly through Instagram one day, and then I was watching your videos, and I guess you came from a very reasonable, or like your videos really spoke to me because it came from a very um, it felt like the program or services you provide were geared towards people with like crazier work schedules, not people who can like I'm sure you have clients who do that. I'm sure you do it personally, but you guys are more sympathetic of people with like not so accommodating schedules. So that's something I really needed.
Mm. Trust me, I don't have that schedule anymore. I mean, even when I worked as a personal trainer in person,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't have that. I mean, I have a kid now, so
Oh yeah, that too.
I get up and work out before he wakes up. So
Mhm,
like
mhm.
that means I get home
Oh,
by
that's
8:30.
crazy. Yeah.
That's like 8 o'clock in the morning. So I get to the gym by like 6 latest on
Mhm.
average. So yeah, the whole point is that it's based off principles, and then that was something that I was always preaching anyways because
Yeah.
I've worked in the gym for so long. I saw guys that were like, yeah, let's do a 5-day split, and they would show up for two, and I'm like, okay, we're just gonna start at two. and then
Mhm.
work our way up, right? Just like you were. Okay. And then initially, what were your thoughts about going through the process?
So, like, so the program already started, and, we're talking about when the program already started, like, maybe first.
Oh, I mean, even just talking through the DMs, even like what were your just initial thoughts throughout talking to me,
Hmm,
then going through the program?
hmm. Uh, yeah, I was excited. I was like, "Okay," like, it's nice to have, people to, kinda help guide me. The habits, like, took a little bit to, like, actually cement into my day to day. Um, but overall, it was a yeah, it was I guess, I think, like, at least the workout program. Okay, well, let's see. The first thing that was the hardest hump to get over was trying to walk every day, get the steps in every day. Honestly, I still have trouble with it, but getting the steps in every day and then, dissecting what exactly I should be eating. Like nutritional or just at least not even like, at least just being more conscious about it. So actually one of the first cool lessons that Brett asked me or, we formed together was if I go out and it's pre-planned, maybe like sit in the car for like 1 or 2 minutes before meeting my friends and looking up the menu, having a plan for that menu so it's not, like a game time decision when I have to order something and the idea is to try to have a strategy to order something that's like something you like to eat, but like not like the worst thing nutritionally for you. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's been helping a lot actually. Yeah. So yeah. So just a couple of these like small little tricks that all these actually small little tricks have really life changing impacts. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's funny. Is like I think that's the differentiator between us and a lot of other people. Is like, yeah, everybody can coach you to eat less, move more, macros, but like the
Mhm.
difference is it's habits, and then we
Yeah.
stack them. So in your case, you're just like, oh wait, I've changed a lot of my life already, and then like it didn't feel. Hopefully, it didn't feel like the biggest challenge in the world in every single step of the way. It was just more like, oh, I eat protein snacks now. Oh, I think about what I eat before I eat
Mm.
it.
Oh yeah,
Right.
that's true. Yeah, I have like a boxes of protein snacks ready to go at all times. Yeah. If I'm like out and about and there's no protein bar in my like little small little backpack or whatever I'm carrying, I'm like, dude, I like fucked up. Yeah. What's wrong with me? Yeah. Yeah. So it's
Well,
yeah, again, small little like tricks or small little hacks, but like they I like how they play into like the uh bigger like, habits for the rest of your life. So yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
And initially, I think even just talking with me on the first call or even onboarding, like what were your
Mhm.
initial doubts and fears about this?
Program. I would say the biggest one was probably was if it will be temporary. Like, we go through this 6-month thing,
Mhm.
and then I just go back to 185 in within 2, 3 weeks, and then I was like, "Well, that was yeah, that was fun," but, here we are again, right? Um, I mean, like, yeah, I think, like, I've never paid for a, coach like a long-term coaching session or long-time fitness nutrition program like this. So I knew I would learn a lot on the way. I guess, one of the concerns I had before was how permanent this would be.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's what everybody's doubt is. Like we don't, and
Yeah.
then and this is anything, not just this, but do we really know?
Yeah.
If anything's gonna be
Yeah.
permanent, and then that's the thing. It's just our goal is just to make sure that you're in the best position afterwards.
Right, right, right.
That you
Right.
just do it because you like it, that you enjoy
Yeah.
it.
I guess now that I think about it, the last time I was 165, that was when I was boxing, but then I had to quit because of a different injury as well as a schedule, my career changed. That's the really biggest thing. Uh but I guess because I was okay I was okay with like not being that weight because I didn't have the sport anymore. But this time it's totally different because it's I'm not doing boxing currently, but let's see, I, I want to be this way because it feels better. It's good for, there's a lot more internal motivation this time around. So I think that's why it's more meaningful this time.
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
Hmm.
even after your doubts and fears, right? Initially from being like, "Hey, am I gonna actually lose 15, 20 pounds? Am I actually going to keep this going?"
Hmm.
What
Hmm.
made you say yes on our first call anyways?
Uh, let's see. I think I think I'm just my personality. One is just it's better to try it out and then see later. I'll just be like, "Come on, oh, I hope Chris is a scammer. We're Asian. He wouldn't do that to me." I have to do a little bit of gaslighting for myself. But no, I think like already like from stalking your Instagram page, watching a lot of your videos, I was like, I think like I would be very surprised if the program is not. You guys seem to have like a really good philosophy on how to lead your program. So I wanted to try it out. And then when we had our first talk, I remember you asked me a lot of questions about like, what is it that you're something along the lines of like, what are you not confident about? Like, what do you feel bad about yourself that you want to change? Right? These are very deeper questions. I was a little, not like taken aback, but I was like, whoa, we're getting really deep already. But I think like I think that's important because like a lot of traders will just be okay, we'll take your money and then just let's start this program. But I think you guys wanted to hit a much deeper intentions, and I think I actually appreciate that.
Mhm. Of course. I mean, I've been doing this for what, 12 years now? It
Yeah.
has never been, I mean, it has never been just about the numbers on the scale. Like, yeah, everybody, what's funny is like everybody talks about that. It's like the big headline that you see on newspapers on the, back then. Now it's all internet articles.
Hmm.
But the bigger story always has been, it doesn't even matter about the weight loss. It's more of like, let's say fathers, it's like able to be running around with their sons again, right? And then
Yeah.
for you, for general guys that are single or seeing people, it's like they have the confidence to do X, right? They
Hmm.
feel good in their skin, right? I think that's why when I ask those questions, it's really just figuring out like, hey, like why does this matter to you? Because I can push this on anybody and be like, hey, dude, you should probably do this so you don't die. That's easy.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But some people have selfish reasons. Some people have more, bigger aspirations. Like even for yourself, it was just more of like, dude, I need to take control of this. I still have that recording,
Hmm.
and when I play back some of these videos before when I go through these testimonials, I'm like, what was the deeper reason for you? It was just confidence. It was actually
Yeah.
it was persistence. It was confidence. It was also just that you were tired of getting injured. You know,
Yeah.
that was the
Yeah.
biggest. That was one of the biggest ones. You're just like, why am I always getting injured? And a lot of it was you actually just not getting enough protein, and then
Hmm.
also not exposing yourself to different position like structural positions because boxing is
Yeah.
great and whatnot, but you're basically in the same position. You're rotating, but you're mostly it's rotating right side if you're a
Right.
righty,
Hmm.
right? So your left side of your spine is all messed up for the
Hmm.
viewers that are here. So, but now
Yeah.
that we're here, 6 months later, tell the viewers where you are at now. What was your new body weight low, and how do you feel in your own skin in your clothes?
Let's see. I'm 168 now. The goal was 165, but the lowest weight I was from this program was 168. I think I could have gotten there if I just didn't eat out so much. I mean, that is actually part of my schedule too, or um, life thing. Not just like with friends, but like as a chef in we're not in New York. We're in DC here, so in DC, the food scene is a lot smaller. So a lot of times when I go out, it's to meet either people in the industry or yeah, or like industry adjacent. So, when I go to a restaurant, it's not like I'm like, oh, I'll just take the chicken with no sauce. That's like people are gonna look at me weird. And then also it's like I want to go to a restaurant to experience like what they're all about, right? Because it's good for my learning as well. So if I'm getting the pork belly if someone's signature is the pork belly, I'm sorry, I'm getting the pork belly. Yeah, yeah, that's just gonna be how it is. So yeah, sometimes I probably went overboard, but still being able to hit this weight is honestly like a huge blessing. I feel really good about like my life habits. At least like when I'm not eating. Okay, when I'm eating out, it's still glorious. But like even my day to day, it's still it's still fine. It's still great. I have a lot of protein stacks ready to go at all times. I have no, I will no like empty carbs in my room at all. So there's none of that. Day to day, I do try to order like chicken and turkey, and then I have like a couple of like sauces like that aren't too caloric, ready to go. So yeah, my day to day and my fridge are just completely different from what it was before. And even if I stop this program, I'm really happy about these habitual life changes I made. So I plan to continue that.
Yeah. So for context, so
Mhm,
from the highest and lows, you are down 17 pounds on number scale. Based on your strength progression,
mhm,
you're actually up 4 pounds of muscle. So if
yeah,
anything, you're down 21 pounds of fat and up
mm,
4 pounds of muscle. So did you actually loss? You actually did cross the 20-pound fat loss
mm.
barrier. Yeah, yeah. So that's just a few
I do feel
numbers.
that way too, yeah. Yeah, and the people have, commented. They're like, "Yo, Aaron, what the f what'd you do?" Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's awesome, man. I mean, yeah. Tell the viewers. How are your shirts feeling? What kind of shirts you wearing? How the belt buckles, the waist. Like, tell them.
Oh, how yeah, yeah, I probably have to get I mean, not a completely new wardrobe, but, yeah, I do have to, reconsider my clothes now soon. Yeah, it's definitely a thing, yeah.
And then what about your belt buckle? What were you saying that you were at before?
I was, I don't know what they're called, but I was at the first, the last hole in the, belt, and now I'm 3 in. Or yeah, 3 in, so 2 belt sizes down. Yeah.
Wow, that's huge, dude. That's absolutely
And, like,
huge.
comfortably too.
That's awesome, dude. That is
I'm
awesome.
not,
Well,
like, sucking in to get that 3rd one. It's like, "No, I have to or else" yeah, or else I'll feel
I
bad.
hated that too. I hated that too when I was younger. Trust me, did not like it at all. I actually get belts that like the magnetic clip now instead of the
Yo, yeah, I mean, I have one where it's, technically, it's, there's no hole. It's like
yes,
it was a fancy belt. There's no hole. You just kinda slide it in and just hope it tucks in, but, like, I don't mind wearing that maybe on a casual day, but, like, for my work
yes.
day, like, I no.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like I wear that for only casual wear. 100%. Well, now that you're down, I mean, it's basically two pant sizes, three belt loops, and wearing tighter, just better form fitting clothes. Like, how does that all make you feel?
Much better. Let's see, in terms of clothing, I mean, that's great, but, I just feel more okay, I guess now that I think about it, when I first started sometime around what? We started in July-ish, I remember getting up to stretch was, like, really hard to do. Part of that was because of my injury, but, like, yeah, I remember just having a rough time just getting out of bed, feel very stiff, and just I don't know, like, when I got up, I was like, I kinda wanna lay back down again, right? After weeks and months of, getting up to stretch, to walk, to also, like, do the program, strengthen my body a little bit, I don't have that problem anymore, and that's, like, that's a huge blessing. Yeah, it really sucked at the time. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. It just
Yeah,
like you gotta even yeah, it was to the point like yeah, I think I was so stiff in the morning because after a night of just like lying there, your joints just felt so stiff and just it felt like your body wasn't working all the time. But now things will feel a lot more nimble.
absolutely, man.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
Does this have any positive impact on anybody around you, like your friends, your family? Have they seen, a difference in you outside of just
Yeah, very much so, very much so. They're like, yeah, Aaron, you look a lot healthier now." Um, if it helps anyone, bumped into my ex actually twice throughout this program, and she was like, "You lost so much weight." There was actually a moment in the night she was like, "Why did you lose so much weight?" As if like it felt like she was like she asked like I only got lost weight after like we broke up, like, but that's whatever.
revenge bod, huh?
Yeah, but that's whatever. Maybe it is right. Yeah, no I'm kidding. That's fine. Um, but yeah, a lot of people have noticed, and it's been. I mean, like I didn't really do it. Of course, like the looking better is like a great byproduct, but it wasn't the intention.
Mhm,
Um, I think one thing I mentioned in our beginning interview before we started the program was what was the one thing I wanted the most from this or what is the biggest life change that I wanted? Something along those lines. And I think my answer was something along the lines of I wanted more control over how my life was going. I think earlier I mentioned I got to 185 because things just happened. Didn't uh I couldn't put my finger on it exactly, but that was I think something I wanted deep down to change. I just try to be a more intentional person. So this program has really helped me just being more intentional about my day to day. I
mhm. Yeah, a lot of it is yeah, a lot of it will come down to control, confidence, but just I
Mhm,
think a lot of people, like including yourself, it's besides letting it slip away, but it's just we don't know what we don't know until we do it, and then
mhm.
what this becomes is a catalyst for the rest of your life, right?
Exactly, exactly.
It bleeds into everything else, and so once you understand like the basics of this, you're like, okay, like what's the next step? Whatever else you want to learn, right? Everything that we've
Mhm,
done is dissected down. Same thing going
mhm.
across everything else, right? So that's exactly what this is, and I'm glad that you now have power, right, and freedom of control to do so. And from here, it's right to only basically just help you lose even more. Basically just gets more and more precise as you get deeper and deeper.
Yeah.
But at least foundational base, that's what the 6 months are for. So that's why we're here right now. Now, last question. What would you tell somebody who is watching this right now and is unsure about taking the next step?
Mm. Well, everyone has different life situations. If they're unsure, I don't know. I mean, the best advice is like I think definitely they should give you guys a try. You guys are really great at I kept being accountable, but also being sympathetic of what's going on in each of your clients' like lives, their day to day, as well as like the overall week to week and month. Feels daunting at first, but feels it can feel daunting at first, but I mean, I don't know. I think it's worth it. Um, Sorry, that probably wasn't that convincing, but I do mean it though. Yeah.
It's okay. But I don't want anytime anybody watches this, I want it to be raw, authentic. But
Hmm.
I think the better question is,
Yeah.
what would you tell yourself 6 months ago when you were in your own head 6 months ago? You were on the fence about it.
Hmm.
What would you say to 6 months previous you
Hmm.
to take that next step?
Yeah. Yeah. I guess I would encourage myself like 6 months ago to be like, I would say, I guess I'll tell them like definitely give it a try because you'll turn into a very different person. And even if we don't hit the goals, your mindset's going to be totally different. Future me, future Aaron has already learned a lot about what it means to just take care of your body. And it's something that past Aaron really needed. Um, when it came to being more intentional, purposeful, and having more control over your life. Um, I think, I mean, I think, yeah, even though I didn't hit, oh, we didn't hit the 20-pound weight loss exactly, but we were close. But when it came to having more control over like your day-to-day decisions and just like having more confidence in general, I think we definitely got there. Yeah. And then there's still more work to do. I mean, we've already talked about how there's still like more things we want to do. So I think like oh yeah, I guess like totally worth the money because like sure it's a couple thousand, right? Which is not financially easy for everyone, but I think there are so many values and mindsets that you can take away for the rest of your life. And in retrospect, that's not in retrospect, but like given that, it's like totally worth it. Yeah. There are plenty of things that we spent, a couple thousands of dollars we probably forgot about by now, right? Or like things that accumulated to be a couple thousand. And it's like, okay, well, totally forgot that even happened. Yeah. But these
Yep.
are habits that you can take for the rest of your life. And that's like, that's totally worth it.
Absolutely. Well, Aaron, thank you. Yes. So what's funny is like I know you keep referencing that you haven't lost 20 pounds, but
Yeah.
that's just number on the scale. Like
Yeah,
that's
that's just the number on the scale, right?
yeah. Not the actual metrics of fat and muscle,
Exactly,
because
exactly,
which is
exactly,
kind of
yeah.
crazy.
So,
But
yeah.
dude, thank you. Keep crushing, and then from here we're just gonna see how far we can get you. All right. So maybe the
Mhm,
next testimonial is gonna be like, dude, I'm actually down like 30 pounds.
mhm. Okay, we'll see.